Greetings. You are listening to a mind of an empath. I am Paralytic Great, the big dog. Please come in, have a seat, take your shoes off at the door. We don't want this. Excuse me. This. We don't want the chaos in the sanctuary. Okay. Please get your pencils, your paper, and we're about to get these light codes and downloads. This is a wellness tune-up. Well, let me say a wellness reality tune-up, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Okay, at the overall energy for the crown, you have duality. This is talking about manifestations. Understanding, understanding, understanding that everything have many meanings and misunderstandings that come with it. Each and every one of us is a sovereign being by ourselves. We are free thinkers and we are doers, right? And when you get to the space where you know that when it comes to the acceptance of who we are, we have to actually accept the light and the darkness within ourselves. And when we do that, we become whole within ourselves. I call that the gray area. Some people is gonna disagree. That's the prime example of many meanings and misunderstandings, right? So by you becoming one with self and aligning yourself with the universe and being able to tap into communication on all realms and all levels, because it is many levels to this shit, you have aligned yourself with what is truly yours. The things that you have been putting intentions behind is revealing itself to you in this 3D matter, because at your root, I need to slow down. At your root, you have endings for new beginnings, scored breath and sound, life force communication. This is talking about you being able to have that open communication. What's understood don't have to be explained. And because you have aligned yourself with who you are truly are, accepting the good, the bad, and the ugly about yourself, it has allowed you to truly tap into other realms of communications and other levels of communications, because it is levels to this shit. And you are being able and you're being guided into the place that you already have been energetically. So basically, you had to catch up with your energy mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Because the current energy here with this wellness reality tune up, we have friendship, support, fun, and unity and play. This is the change that you have ushered into your life, because who you are truly on the inside is what's going to reflect on the outside, right? So now that you have gotten into a place where you support yourself, you accept yourself, you love yourself, you embrace yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you have fun with it, right? That is what allowing people, and this is what people are also attracted to you about, because they see that this is a game of chess and you are the queen on the board. You are showing people how to truly embrace life and not take life so seriously. Act accordingly, but also understand that life is serious. And that's the current energy. Something important you need to see about yourself, that you are truly a lighthouse. You are a guide. This is spirit. Not only do you walk with spirit, you breathe spirit, you exhale spirit. Because when it comes to death, right? Because spirit is the dead energy, right? Is you are able to tap into levels of communications from past, present, and future. Let's be honest. And by you doing this, you have illuminated a path for others so they don't have to go through the lessons. And it's okay, but do not overextend yourself. I'm telling you, that's one lesson that I had to learn this year is stop overextending myself. See it for what it is, right? Because we already see it, but we have to truly embrace it, right? I'm a Sagittarius. I put myself in situations just because I can see it, but I choose not to see it, right? Okay, let's move on because ain't nobody perfect. We all learning here, okay? Something to improve about self. This is open and hard. This is truly embracing the newness of who you truly are. And I'm going to tell you that's a journey within a journey. Because that acceptance of you and truly can see you for you, flaws and all, that's really a hard pill to swallow. But by you embracing the new aspect of you and releasing the toxic patterns and behaviors about yourself, have put you in a space of truly flowing with spirit, going with the current, allowing the waves, the current to take you out into a bay of gloriness. Because you know what a river do? It runs down into the ocean. Sooner or later, at the end of that bay, it's going to be a large part of water, right? And this is what this is. This is the overflow. This is the overflow. This is where you're going to get your overflow when it comes to the blissfulness of life. And you may have already started to produce that overflow because of the people that you are attracting. And a lot of times we have to see ourselves for who we are in order to attract those things that we are. And this is about accepting oneself and embracing the life force and understanding, understanding, and overstanding who you truly are. And this is what brings balance to the mind and the heart space. But this is also what shapes you spiritually. And at the end, this is what this overflow abundance is about. That abundance within yourself start pouring outside of yourself as prosperity. I am prosperity. I am wealth. I am stable mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I am illuminated star. I am righteous. I am love. I am lovable. Sometimes I can be mean as hell. Let's carry this on. What support can be applied? What support can be applied to cope with aligning yourself with your destiny, with your purpose, with your birthright? And we have here delicate times, the garden, the paradise. This is also dealing with spirit as well, allowing you not only being a lighthouse for others, but also understanding that we have to go through the things we go through to learn the lessons that we have come through here this lifetime to learn. Everybody don't believe in reincarnations. And cool. I ain't knocking you. But if you underneath the sound of my voice, that means that you believe that you have been reincarnated in this world more than one time. And what I'm getting from this energy is throughout these lifetimes that you have been reincarnated back into this realm of hell, throughout your bloodline, there were things that needed to be illuminated that wasn't. Because a lot of times the people that was reincarnated to bring forth this reality, either they sold out or they got knocked off. Let's be honest. No one was able to actually have the wisdom and understanding and the flow of the delicate times when it comes to tilling your own garden, picking your own weeds, when it comes to self. Being able to see you truly in the mirror when you look in that motherfucking mirror every fucking day. I remember a time where I wouldn't even look in the mirror. It wasn't that I was disgusted with myself. It was just that I knew when I looked in the mirror, I didn't see myself. Not my own doing, but I was in a space and time where I didn't understand either. So that's when I called on the help. After I went to Source and Energy, a.k.a. the Most High, a.k.a. God, whatever you want label you want to put on the energy, I asked for help. That's when the ancestors showed up. That's when the spirit guides showed up. There's when other people in a community started popping up and give me the answers that I needed. Right? And by doing that, it allowed me to till my garden. And this right here is how you get the support of knowing that you are not alone. And now that you know on a spiritual level that you're not alone, this is what's being revealed in your 3D matter. It's a reflection of you. Something important to hear about yourself. Miracle, ancient wisdom. This is another. We got 333 on the board. 5, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. New beginnings and starts. Close out cycles to step into a fresh start cycle. Delicate time. Being able to till your own garden within yourself when it comes to your mental, emotional, spiritual, and your finances. And what you need to hear about the ancient wisdom that is still within you, because you have reincarnated in this cycle of life so many times where you had to realize that you already been through these lessons. You just had to figure out how to navigate yourself to get out of the situations that kept reoccurring in your life. And you had to realize that it starts with you to be able to go to the core of the problem within yourself as an interdimensional being and be able to heal yourself from things that are unspoken. So you'll be able to free yourself from the mental and emotional prison that you once were in. Okay? And because of this is why these manifestations are starting to be materialized in your 3D matter. Because manifestation means revealing. So everything that you know that you may not speak on, you have aligned yourself with that. And it's coming because it's already here. It's just you had to catch up with the energy. You had to return yourself back to self. That is what that shadow work is. That's what that that healing work is, whatever you want to call it. You know, everybody want to put labels on things. Just call it what it is, man. I see me. I love me. I have matured as a person. I am not who I was 20 years ago. I am not who I was 10 years ago. I am not who I was 5 years ago. And guess what? I'm not who I was 10 months ago, and I'm not who I was 5 months ago. I have aligned myself with purpose, destiny driven, and in the know. Okay? And that's how you got to look at shit. Look, I'm still learning. I am. And I'm learning from my own mistakes. I'm learning from the shit that I find myself in and the shit that I place myself in. Because it's two different things, right? Sometimes I like a challenge, even though I see the red flags for what they are. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I get bored sometimes. Let's carry on. For the personal growth that needs to be highlighted about your mental, emotional, spiritual, and your financial state, we have the lackluster energy, fear, and victimization. You have been able to look the entity that has been following you for lifetimes. Whatever that was followed you from generations to generations and different generations and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes have been broken when it comes to the lackluster energy. This is divine timing. This is a divine tower that you had. This is a divine revealing that you had to actually experience, to understand, understand, and overstand what your purpose and your and this destiny driven energy is all about. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. Okay? So let's clarify this. Gratitudes, spirit, give me clear insight. Use me as a vessel. And to clarify friendships here, we got union. And at the bottom of the deck, we got cutting ties for your root. And at your crown, we got concealment. So the current energy here is talking about union when it comes to friendship, support. Actually looking at life, looking at the beautiful things in life, because that's what make it fun, right? And being able to unite with people with like minds and like hearts. And to be also embody this childlike, playful energy. Because at your crown, there was a lot of things that was kept from you on purpose by source and energy. And it was for your protection because because whatever was driving you, it's like, this is kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to explain it best I can. It's like when it comes to spirit, spirit knew you, not only spirit, but the ancestors, your spirit guides, your ascended masters. They knew that you was new to the game. They knew that you did not know a lot of shit, right? So they protected you from a lot of stuff. So you can be mindful of the people that you connect yourself with and actually have success in life. and have that true oneness within self to have bring happiness and passion to your ideals and your desires. And that's what allowed you to build this confidence to move forward. So basically, you had to use your discernment and cut ties here, because at your root, you have cutting ties, banishment, cast away negativity, leadership, learn the truth, finding love, good fortune, healing energy, change. Yeah. Baby, basically, I'm finna say, I think it sounds like baby, but maybe this union was about you using your discernment to be able to protect self. And that's a confirmation, if you heard that. Because once you start cutting ties with people, places, things, and situation, confirmation, you you was able to sit with oneself and understand the duality within yourself. You had to embrace the life force that this is bigger than you. There's something bigger than me out there. Some people call it God. Some people call it he. Some people call it she. Allah, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. It's an energetical pool of life force. Because when I go, that that is life for real. And I seen on TikTok where a lady was talking about when your breath is your life force. That always stuck with me. So when I started doing my meditation, I started realizing how when I control my breath, how my heart slows down, how the calm state I become. And when I used to do that, it didn't feel like that. Because it's like when you first start meditating and clearing your thoughts and allowing the lackluster energy to release itself, it be kind of heavy because you have to train yourself to get in the habit of doing it. And I'm gonna tell you, when I left confirmation, when I came back home from Houston 3 years ago, I really been really going through the flow, going with the flow of life. Really, I tapped out of the spiritual aspect of me because I was exhausted. Hold on. Okay, I don't even remember where I left off at when it comes to cutting these ties and banishing this negativity. Basically, you separated yourself when it comes to this union. Give me clarify relationship and union. Navigation. Man, you had when it comes to getting to where you are right now, when it comes mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, mind of an empath, you truly had to navigate your way through a lot of bullshit in order to get where you are today. You had to let go and find the wisdom when it comes to being creative, when it comes to your confidence, when it comes to your your passions here. And that's at your root. Because at your crown, this was safe travel here. Elixir of life, financial security, and rebirth at your crown. And this is what's stemming from this duality. What's understood don't have to be explained. Knowing and embracing that wherever you go, you are protected. Clarify God for something important to say about self. What is this God energy? God, not God. Courage. You had to, in order for you to be who you are, you had to have courage. You had to tap into that fire energy within yourself, that fire element. You was able to. You had to basically be able to master all elements, even when it comes to the moon energy, aka spirit. Okay, yeah, because your passion is for things, is what's gonna bring happiness when it comes to your success. But you had to be mindful of people, places, and things at your root, and be defensive at your crown. And when it comes to your willpower, and being able to have that career, gift for gab. Yeah, because clarifying courage when it comes to creativity, by you utilizing your gifts and mastering your talents. This is, and having this courage to put yourself on display in some kind of way. The way you do it is very creative, because at your root you had to learn the truth about yourself, and that's being one with self. And that was put you in a leader position that you may not want it, but you had to embrace it by cutting ties. Because at your crown, you had confidence to let this go in order to walk in your destiny. And you was patient, and you kept being balanced, and that was made you resilient to overcome and actually step in your power. Clarify, open at heart, deep connection. What is this new start? To improve, to be able to defend yourself. Yeah. When you start being creative of basically taking up for yourself, speaking up, being an advocate for self, because you don't have to be an advocate for nobody else. All you have to do is be an advocate for yourself, and you'll see how many people that are experiencing the same thing that you're going through. It's not the same, but it's similar. Okay? Something improved when it comes. No, the support to be able to cope. What is this delicate times? Yeah, people, places, things, and situations. Yeah, basically focusing on things that bring you passion, brings you happiness. This is tilling your own garden. This is dealing with yourself. This has nothing to do with anything outside of nobody else, because you're at your root. You have to learn the truth about yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to weed the weeds out of your own life. People, places, things, and situations that you knew that, didn't needs to be there. Things to fix. I ain't gonna say really fix. It's things to bring into tune when it comes to the rebirth of your financial security and staying grounded. Because at your crown, you have the wisdom to overcome anything, because you tapped into your power of balancing emotions when it comes to the moon cycle, when it comes to spirit, right? Clarify something important to hear about self. Give me two. I know these cards can be loud. I don't even use the cards much to really make them not sound that way. We have good fortune and equilibrium when it comes to ancient wisdom and miracles. This is, man, by you tapping into past lifetimes and generational energy, you being who you are is what bringing in good fortune for you. because you was able to actually decode and detach from the matrix, this reality, this illusion of a reality that we live in. And by you truly accepting who you are, this is what brings you equilibrium. Because at your root, you had to learn to listen and change things. But there is karmic justice here, internal charisma, willpower, and rebirth, healing energy. You had to truly find yourself and bring balance to your root before you can actually evolve to different realms of communications and life force energies. Yeah, you had to have the patience to till your garden, weed out the snakes, truly tapping into that kundalini energy. Because you was made for leadership and success, even though you may not wanted it. Because I'm one of those people I did not want this shit. I just wanted to take my kids to Jamaica. And motherfuckers got in the motherfucking way. So in return, I went and did a fucking wellness reality tune-up check on my own self. And it took years to get here, but let me tell you, a motherfucker can't tell me shit. Personal growth that needs to be highlighted, clarify this lackluster energy. And I'm so proud of you for you to get to a space where you are not in a lack mindset. Because that lackluster energy will keep you blocked, stagnant, and broke. In a broken system. Yeah, magical powers here. Yeah. Give me one more. And healing energy. See, magical power came in reverse. But in this read, I don't take reversals unless they are anything like tarot and things of that nature. But what I get from the magical power being in reverse, as long as you stayed in that lackluster energy, this is what that was. I'm gonna take it in reverse. They say take it in reverse. Because when it's in reverse, I can explain it better. When it comes to this lackluster energy, when it comes to your magical powers, you wasn't able to tap in because of the way you perceive yourself and life. How the ebb and flow truly work for you. Basically, you had to truly learn how to surrender and accept the ebb and flow when it comes to source and energy and everything that is connected. And you had to heal that aspect of you. Yeah, bring emotional balance to your life by dealing with the lunar, dealing with spirit, and being able to conceal yourself, to learn the truth, to bring in this karmic justice for you. And that's at your root. And at your crown, you had to embrace the elixir of life here, the wisdom that was given to you lifetimes ago, that was instilled in your generational bloodline to overcome and use your intuition to bring yourself in blissfulness and be mindful of people, places, and things and situations that you go towards. Because you are protected and you banish curses and every time. But you know, the thing about when you choose to walk towards somebody, even though the situation may be fucked up, we learn lessons from that. I know I do. I don't know about nobody else, but I do. Well, this has been the Wellness Reality Tune-Up. You're listening to a mind of an empath. I am Lady Great, the big dog. I hope this made sense. Till next time, one love, my loves.